Do you know what you're really eating? Every day we consume a variety of foods, but how much do we actually know about what we're putting into our bodies? In today's fast-paced world, bioengineered and genetically modified organism or GMO foods have become increasingly prevalent in our food supply. Bioengineered and GMO foods are not naturally occurring. They're scientifically engineered and altered at the genetic level to enhance certain traits, such as pest resistance or increased yield. Picture this: BT corn that's immune to pests, or Roundup-ready soybeans that can tolerate high levels of herbicides. These foods are products of advanced biotechnology and gene splicing techniques, which might sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but they're very much a part of our reality. The rise of bioengineered and GMO foods in our diet is significant. They've made their way into a considerable portion of processed foods in our supermarkets today. From canned goods to ready-to-eat meals, bioengineered and GMO foods are more common than you might think. But what does this mean for our health? There are concerns about the potential health risks of consuming these foods. Some studies have suggested links to allergies, digestive problems, and other health issues. And what's more concerning is that the long-term health effects of these foods remain largely unexamined due to a lack of comprehensive studies. This is why food safety and regulation are paramount. Organizations like the Food and Drug Administration and the United States Department of Agriculture play crucial roles in ensuring these bioengineered and GMO foods meet safety standards. But there are gaps in regulation and labeling, leaving many of us in the dark about what we're actually eating. Nutrition awareness is key. It's essential to understand the nutritional content of these foods and how processing can affect their nutritional value. But it's not just about being aware, it's about making informed choices, advocating for better food safety practices, and considering the potential benefits of organic or non-GMO options. In the end, it all boils down to one thing: knowledge. Understanding what goes into our food can empower us to make healthier choices that align with our values and well-being. Join us as we unravel the hidden layers of your everyday food. New here? Remember to subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos. So, what exactly are bioengineered and GMO foods? Well, the term GMO stands for genetically modified organism. This refers to plants, animals, or other organisms whose genetic makeup has been changed in ways that do not occur naturally. The main method of creating GMOs is through a process called gene splicing. This involves taking a desirable trait from one organism, such as a bacterium's ability to withstand harsh conditions, and inserting it into another organism, like a crop plant. This allows the crop to inherit that trait. Bioengineering, on the other hand, is a similar process that also involves manipulating an organism's genetic material. The difference lies in the specific techniques used and the type of changes made. Bioengineered foods typically have genes added or removed to enhance certain traits such as size, color, or resistance to pests. Let's look at some examples. BT corn, for instance, is a type of bioengineered crop that has been modified to produce a natural insecticide. This is done by inserting a gene from the bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis into the corn's DNA, hence the name BT corn. Another common GMO is the Roundup-ready soybean. These soybeans have been engineered to tolerate glyphosate, the active ingredient in the herbicide Roundup. This allows farmers to spray their fields with Roundup, killing the weeds, but not the soybeans. These are just a few examples of the many GMO and bioengineered foods that have made their way into our food supply. From the corn in your tortilla chips to the soy in your tofu, these engineered foods are more common than you might think. But why does this matter? Well, while these innovations promise to increase food production and reduce reliance on chemical pesticides, they also raise concerns about potential health and environmental impacts. As you can see, these engineered foods have become a significant part of our diet. But what does this mean for our health and the health of our planet? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into these questions in the next part of this series. But what could these alterations mean for your health? It's a question that's been on the minds of many, and rightly so. Bioengineered and GMO processed foods have been linked to a number of health concerns. Let's start with allergies. Certain proteins introduced through genetic modification might trigger allergic reactions in some individuals. This could mean an increase in food allergies, which are already a significant concern in our society. Next, we delve into digestive problems. Some studies suggest that GMOs might negatively affect the gut flora, the beneficial bacteria living in our intestines. This could potentially lead to digestive issues such as bloating, constipation, or even more serious conditions like inflammatory bowel disease. Now, this might startle you, but there's also a question of antibiotic resistance. Some GMOs are created using antibiotic-resistant genes, and there's a fear that these genes could be transferred to bacteria in our bodies, making us more susceptible to infections that are difficult to treat. Let's not forget about the potential long-term effects. The truth is, the long-term health impacts of GMOs remain largely unexamined due to the lack of comprehensive long-term studies. While the current research does not conclusively prove that GMOs are harmful, the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. And lastly, there's the risk of environmental impact on our health. The widespread use of GMO crops has led to an increase in pesticide use, which could have indirect health effects. Pesticide exposure has been linked to a variety of health issues, from headaches and nausea to long-term problems like cancer and endocrine disruption. The potential health impacts are a serious concern that needs further exploration. We must push for more extensive research into the long-term health effects of GMOs. After all, we all deserve to know what we're putting into our bodies. It's critical that we approach this issue with an open mind, a discerning eye, and a commitment to the health and well-being of ourselves and our planet. Who is ensuring the safety of these foods? A question that's undeniably at the forefront of our minds when it comes to bioengineered and GMO processed foods. The answer lies primarily with two key agencies: the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, and the United States Department of Agriculture, or USDA. These regulatory bodies are tasked with ensuring that the foods produced, imported, and consumed in the United States meet certain safety standards. The FDA, for instance, oversees food safety, human drugs, cosmetics, and more. It is responsible for enforcing laws and regulations related to these products, including those concerning GMOs. The USDA, on the other hand, supervises the safety of meat, poultry, and egg products, and also plays a role in the regulation of bioengineered foods. These regulatory bodies work together to ensure that any new GMO product is as safe as its traditional counterpart before it hits the market. However, it's important to note that these agencies don't perform independent testing. Instead, they rely on the data provided by the companies that create these products. This is where gaps in regulation and lack of transparency come into play. The process is heavily reliant on the integrity and honesty of the bioengineering companies themselves. Additionally, while the FDA encourages manufacturers to consult with them before marketing their GMO products, this consultation process is voluntary and not legally required. Furthermore, in the United States, there is no mandate for GMO foods to be labeled as such, leaving consumers largely in the dark about what they're eating. This lack of transparency and labeling means that many consumers might be unknowingly consuming GMOs. In light of these gaps, it becomes clear that food safety isn't just about regulatory bodies doing their job. It's about us, the consumers, advocating for more transparency and stringent regulation in our food supply. It's about pushing for labeling laws that give us the right to know what's in our food. In the end, it's not just about eating, but knowing what we eat, and making sure that what we eat is safe. It's crucial for us to push for more transparency and better food safety practices. Enjoying this information? Subscribe to our channel for more insightful health and wellness videos. How can you make informed choices about what you're eating? This question is more important now than ever before. With the rise of bioengineered and GMO foods, understanding food labels has become a crucial part of maintaining a healthy diet. Food labels are not just a list of ingredients. They are a roadmap to understanding the nutritional content of what we're putting into our bodies. However, these labels can often be confusing, especially when it comes to identifying GMO ingredients. Many processed foods contain bioengineered and GMO components, often disguised under scientific names. For instance, ingredients like corn syrup or soy protein isolate may very well come from genetically modified crops. But why should we be concerned about whether our food is genetically modified or not? Well, it's largely about nutrition. Processed GMO foods can have a significantly altered nutritional profile compared to their non-GMO counterparts. For example, some studies suggest that GMO crops may contain fewer essential nutrients like vitamins and minerals. Furthermore, the processing involved in creating these foods can further deplete their nutritional value. On the other hand, organic and non-GMO foods are often more nutrient-dense. They are grown without the use of synthetic pesticides and fertilizers, which can affect the nutritional content. Choosing these options can help ensure you're getting the most nutrition out of every bite. So how can you make more informed choices? Start by learning to read food labels carefully. Look for key terms like GMO-free or non-GMO on the packaging. Be wary of long scientific-sounding ingredients, as they may be a sign of GMO components. Additionally, consider using resources like mobile apps or online databases that can help identify GMO ingredients in products. These tools can make it easier to navigate the often confusing world of food labeling. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to your diet. The more you understand about what's in your food, the better choices you can make for your health and well-being. So, keep asking questions, keep reading labels, and keep making informed choices. So, how can you take control of your food choices? The first step is doing your homework. Research the brands and products you usually buy. Look for companies that are transparent about their use of GMOs and bioengineered ingredients. Remember, knowledge is power. Next, tap into the digital world. Numerous online databases and mobile applications can help you identify non-GMO and organic options. These resources can be a real game changer, guiding you towards healthier options and away from the hidden dangers of bioengineered foods. Also, reading the labels of canned and packaged foods to see if they are marked as containing genetically modified organisms, GMOs, or if they contain any bioengineered ingredients. Lastly, consider supporting local and sustainable agriculture. When you buy local, you're not just getting fresh, nutritious food, you're also supporting an agricultural system that's gentle on the environment and promotes biodiversity. Remember, every food purchase is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in. Your choices can make a big difference for your health and the environment. In conclusion, the journey of your food is more complex than you might think. Today we've peeled back the layers on bioengineered and GMO processed foods, revealing their potential health risks. These foods, altered at the genetic level, make up a significant portion of our food supply. And while they promise benefits like higher yields and pest resistance, they also come with potential pitfalls. Some studies have linked GMO consumption to health issues like allergies and digestive problems, and the long-term effects are still largely unknown. It's crucial to stay informed about what you're eating. Knowledge is power. Power to make healthier choices, to demand transparency in food labeling, and to advocate for better safety practices in our food industry. Consider the benefits of organic or non-GMO options, and remember, every choice you make can contribute to a healthier lifestyle. Together, we can create a healthier and safer food future for all. Thanks for watching. Enjoyed the video? Give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Remember to subscribe for more awesome content and hit the bell to never miss an upload. Share this video to help inspire others. Catch you in the next one.